All right, time to keep getting after it. Well, looky there. I got a loop. These bolt holes here are for the factory subframe brace that would come over and connect to here and go across and there. It would be nice to have something connecting the subframe to there. It doesn't really matter much. This is going to help it out a whole lot, but you know. Anyways, I utilized those holes and I just put it right here because it was the easiest thing to do. I kind of want it in the middle a little bit farther, just in case, you know, it breaks in the front, it'll hold it a little better. But honestly, I think it's far enough up that, you know, I mean, that's a finger's worth. I know that makes a lot bigger of a difference on the other end of it, but I think it'll hold it enough down here to where it's not going to go into the floor. But I don't know. Hopefully we won't see. But I think we're good. So, but hey, we got that on there. Oh, I just put it up. I forgot I need to put... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But that... I didn't check and see if those coolant lines are going to fit back there. Hopefully they do. I don't know if they will, though. Regardless, I can use that to zip tie underneath it, which that's not a big deal. It'll still be alright. Which I got to put those back up. But this has to come back out, unfortunately, because I still don't have the right seal. Worst case scenario, I get it from the dealership on Tuesday, but that's pretty frustrating. It is what it is, but yeah, we got a loop in now. Well, I had an idea. I took that seal that was too big, the OD was too big, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? The center of it's probably metal, which it is. And you see the difference in these seals. This one's all metal here, and this one has rubber on the inside. It's attached there. This one has a little bit of rubber on the front. So I was like, what if I just take a razor blade to it and cut it down, and then I fine-tune everything with a Dremel. They should sponsor me. So yeah, I just sliced it off with a razor blade, and then I cleaned it up with the wire brush and the Dremel. And it's going to be hard to get these measurements one-handed, and this seal isn't completely round. It's close enough from, you know, where I pulled it out, but I'm going to pick the longer side, and we're sitting around 3.68, or well, somewhere around there. It's going to be hard for me to do this exactly with one hand, but that's what it was about. 3.63 there. Well, anyways, I got it within like 5 thousandths, and it's a little bit larger. Say 2.38 on that one, 2.367 on that one. So it's within 5 to 10 thousandths. I get different measurements if I spin this around a little bit. But dude, I think I'm pretty confident in that working. I got to put a little silicone in that one spot anyways. I might put silicone all the way around it, just in case. They typically slide in a lot easier when you put like silicone or Loctite or something on the seal to put it in. I would kind of like to feel the resistance in it, but since it's metal, I probably will anyways, and it's, you know, whatever, 5 to 10 thou over. I'm gonna try it. And I mean, that lip on the edge is on there pretty well, you know. It seems like it's gonna hold from the inside fairly well. It's got the along the front and the back side holding it in, so I'm gonna try it. I think it'll work out very well. So in 3 days should be this exact same seal, but I'm gonna try this one and see how it goes. The IDs are the same, already tested on our broken yoke, but we'll see if it goes in. Well, I tried. It was going great until it didn't. I tried to get it in as straight, as flat as possible with that, but that little bit of a fucking edge grabbed right there. Now it's fucked up. God damn it. That's almost there, dude. That was so fucking close. I don't even know if Napa's open today. It's Sunday, but I don't know if it's worth trying to go get another one and try it again. I've got $60 into 3 fucking seals so far. Probably more than that actually. But if I get another one, it'll be over 80 bucks. Fuck. That was so close. Well, CV ends don't appear to be twisting at the moment. So I'm gonna check those. I'm gonna check the other side, and got my V8 Roadster's upper control arms, and I just always have a problem out of V8 Roadsters. Well, for one, the first thing, the supplied nut and bolt eccentric, you know, it just fucking, I guess it did that when it went on. It came off really fucking hard to get off, but it fucked the threads up in the bolt and the nut. It looks like it should still work, which that would be great. I'd really like for this to not fall off on me. That is what it is, but they don't send instructions with shit. I ordered their clutch slave kit with a remote bleeder and shit. They didn't send the right fittings and whatnot. And when I put it together, I mean, I know what the fuck I was doing at the time, and there was literally no instructions, and I had to take transmission back out because the fitting was fucking leaking, and I rigged it up to make it work. It's still like that. But anyways, I could only find like one picture online. They don't even have it on their website, how to put it on. And it looked like this, which I'm pretty sure that's upside down. So if you look and see right there, it's making contact and bending up. So that can't be the right way that this goes on. So I'm gonna flip it over on each side, and hopefully we'll get more positive camber out of this, because I didn't get that much. I'm looking at it and hoping that makes a big difference. We'll see here in a second. That definitely appears like that's supposed to work out a lot better. And I thought it was supposed to be like that at first, but I wasn't sure, and I went off of a picture, and that picture was not right. So once this goes back on, I don't know if that's gonna change the amount of camber that I'll have. I'm hoping so. I think it will. It should, hopefully, because before it was going up, down. So if you move it down, that should move this out farther. I hope. We'll see once I get it back together. I gotta check the other side. It's really hard to tell. I think that looks like it's sitting out more on this side compared to this side. That definitely looks straighter. Of course, everything's not completely level, so it's hard to tell. Axle looking pretty good on this side. No twist in it. That's all we're really looking for here. Looks, to me, my personal opinion, it looks good enough to send on a Thursday night. So that's all I need to see right there. That's definitely a little bit of positive camber. I don't know if it's much more that I had. This side, I did an alignment after I put these on initially, and this side cambered in a lot. I'm not 100% sure why, but I wonder if it has something to do with that subframe bending, because this one over here, I had to loosen the bolts after I tightened them on the subframe on that control arm, because it was like sitting forward and I couldn't get the knuckle lined up with it, and I had to pull it over, and it was still kind of hard to get it in. Once I got it in, then I got the bolts in and then tightened those up. So it's going to need a realignment again for sure, but hopefully I can save the inner half of my tire. I don't know, only one way to find out. We'll get to that point when we can get it on the rack. But you know, there's a fine line between determination and being stubborn and hard-headed, and I'm not really too sure, you know, what it is, which one it is that perpetuates my success to overcome things and whatnot, or not giving up on them. But anyways, I went and bought another fucking seal. I don't know, man. I gotta try it at least one more time, see if I can make this work. Worst case scenario, I have to wait till Tuesday, but you know what? I'm gonna try it. Let me see what happens. Maybe this one was made a little bit different than the other one, and I can get lucky and it'll be a few thousandths smaller. But I don't know. This is probably a dumb idea. I have like close to $100 between all these stupid seals I've tried to buy, and I definitely can't get my money back for these two after what I did to that one and what I'm about to do to this one. I don't understand. There's just transmission in so many different cars. They made a ton of them. Why does not anyone stock this or have a cross-reference seal for it? Anyways, all right, let's see what I accomplished this time around. I had to get diff fluid anyways, too, which I made sure to write on my board to remember to put that in. I got it within 8 thousandths. It's shaved down. I dremeled all the way around it. I almost trashed it when I had the little wire brush thing on there. I was going this way, sideways, and it came around and caught. It tore that little outer part, which doesn't really matter, but the inside, it still looks like it'll be fine. This might not work anyways, so I don't know. We're gonna try and find out. Hopefully it'll be alright. I mean, it feels like it's still held in pretty well. Only one way to find out. I mean, there's a lot of seals out there that they have metal all the way around, and it's just, you know, the inner rim has that rubber on it. I don't know. I'm gonna try it very carefully and see what happens. Well, I tried everything I could. It started doing the same thing. Not as bad, but it started doing that deal. It's just not enough, or it's too much, whatever you want to call it. All right, well, now I know. It would have been pissed me off if I didn't try this and make sure that it wasn't gonna work. Oh well, so that is what it is. Just drove an hour and a half to this dealership out in Greenwood to get this fucking seal. I'll officially have over $100 and a less than $20 seal. And this isn't the one I ordered. I drove far as fuck to get this one. So, fuck this up. At least I should get one hopefully tomorrow or the next day after that. They said it could be another 2 days, Wednesday, and the race is Thursday, so I went and got this one just in case. But let's try and put it in for real this time. That felt good. It's amazing how well things work when you have the right shit. I put a little thin swipe of silicone behind it and a little glob there, and then I put a little glob on the front. I think it'd make a seal without it, but I'm not 100% sure, so you know what? We're not taking the chance. All right, now let's throw this drive shaft in. Well, I gotta jack this thing up to rotate it to tighten those bolts. Another thing I keep forgetting to say, I swapped my mount out for a solid mount on the trans here, which I designed it around. It's like Turbo 350, T56, it's all the same stuff, so I got a solid mount version of that. It's only like 30 bucks on Amazon, so that was cool, and I swapped that guy out. I just had to tighten the bolts on it because I couldn't get to one of those bolts before with a wrench, so I gotta jack this thing up now. But look at that! Oh my god! So it should be good to drive it as soon as I get those bolts tight. This is why I drove an hour and a half, 2 fucking 3 hours, whatever, both ways, to do shit earlier, because I hate doing shit last fucking minute. I bought brand new fucking bolts. Every time now I get brand new bolts, and I guess it's just shit fucking quality. I don't know why Ford had to use these fucking 12 points, but I have to use 2 extensions now because of this fucking thing. But I mean, goddamn, every single one of them fucking rounded off when I tried to fucking, I got my hand on the back of the impact pressing on it, but no, it's got a fucking hammer and strip. I mean, it should be fucking tight. I can't tighten them anymore. It is what it fucking is. And I must be getting fucking close to driving this fucking thing. Well, we should be able to now, because everything wants to fail right when I'm almost there. The jack's fucking dying, you know? Piece of shit jack I never fucking used because it's a little piece of shit. Anyways, all right, let's test drive this thing. All right, fingers crossed. That's all it is. I'm just hearing all that transmission noise coming out of that solid mount there. That's pretty fucking noisy. I would imagine that's what that is. Shifter doesn't move anymore. That's cool. Wait till I come to the stop sign. It's louder when I take off. It's pretty loud. Probably not have to point the camera at it, I'm sure. The same amount of sound. right after I just changed all this other driveline shit. I'm thinking, I want to say that that's all that it is, just because you can hear the clutch so loud. Hopefully there's nothing wrong in the transmission. I wouldn't think there would be. I don't know. Should be safe enough to beat on. I don't know. We'll find out. It's almost up to temp. Give it a quick little once over. Just make sure everything looks the way it did a minute ago. I'm not seeing anything crazy going on. Hopefully that trans mount doesn't rip off now. I put diff fluid in, so that shouldn't be whining. I don't know. I think we're good. Okay, well, we're not done completely yet, but I'm driving it. It's been almost 3 weeks. Oh man, it's been a lot of work. I'm just gonna go around the block a little more. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but yeah, see if it makes it home. I shouldn't have said that. It should. We'll be back. Listen to it when I cut it off. I mean, that's all drive shaft forward. There's not anything back there. God almighty, that thing's loud. I mean, it was kind of loud before, but not like that. That's fucking loud. And if it's just the mount that I changed, I mean, I guess that could bring some resonance from the drive shaft, but that's obviously not doing that now because the wheels are stationary. You know what we can do is let's stop it. So let's start it up, push the clutch in and put it in gear and see if we hear any rollover noise, or I'll cut it off and see if it does the same thing. So clutch in, put it in gear. That locks it to the rear wheels. So nothing in the transmission's turning right now. The input is not turning with the clutch disc. Yeah, so it's just all that resonance coming. Damn, that's loud. Oh my God. Well, we made it back in one piece. Let's take a look at everything. I mean, I don't see any leaks. Nothing from the diff, nothing from the transmission. Everything looks like it's holding in place. I'm calling that a win. I'm not happy about those drive shaft bolts. They're tight. I mean, they're probably tight enough, but the fact that they stripped is just not setting all right with me, so I'm going to do something about that. That's quite frustrating. Brand new Dorman. Alright, this might sound kind of stupid, but so I've got this little switch right here that I use to wire up a secondary two-step button, which I have down here on my e-brake, which the plan is so I can be loaded up on two-step, and when I'm gonna try and leave and boost, and boom, about there I'm probably gonna let off of it. But the plan is to try to get it to make like 1 pound, just so it has like, it's like starting to make boost when I leave, and then hopefully it goes from there. And then I'm gonna put a timing retard on the nitrous, like a half a second. I'm gonna try that. So real quick, I don't want to piss my neighbors off. Obviously I can't two-step out here. If you've ever heard my two-step, video don't even do it justice. It's like I call it the Taliban tune. It's a friend of mine said it sounds exactly like Tannerite, So I don't know, it's loud, but I'm just gonna make sure everything's working, and I'm gonna go up the street and play with the tune. But it's not gonna, it doesn't really, I gotta get the cold stuff figured out in the tune. It doesn't like to rev up that well, but should be good enough to see if the button works or not. I needed to know. Now we gotta go up the road and play with it. Alright, I made it somewhere where for the most part be loud. It's my little picture spot. Isn't that pretty cool? So I don't have a stand or anything, but I can let you see what it sounds like. Let's see if I can get a rock and prop my phone up. I'll let you hear the two-step the way it is before I mess with it. I'm gonna use a rock here. Loud as fuck. Shit is fucking loud. Anyway, alright, so we're gonna try and make it not do that anymore. Alright, I made the table the way Jason told me to do it. Doesn't look exactly like what he sent me, but I think it should be the same, although coordinates are sure the same. So let's see what it does. Put a little bit of timing back in. Let's try 25 here. Let's see what this is. Still going to 2 pounds. Let's try 20 degrees. All right, let's see what this does. Going to 2 pounds. I wanted to only hit 1. I mean, 2 pounds might not be that bad of a leave, but I'm worried. I just want 1 pound. That's all I want. Let's try 15 degrees. I'll bring this down to like 12. Make 2 pounds. Alright, well, that might be all we can do is 2 pounds. It shouldn't be too much, but I don't know. I'll play with it a little bit tomorrow, maybe. Try a half throttle. I don't know, that's a lot less aggressive. It's not popping. So this is at 0.5 a pound, that's 1 pound, 1.1. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna send this to Jason. Hopefully he has time to text back. We'll see. Okay, well, I took a little video and sent to Jason. We'll see if he gets back to me, but I'm gonna screw around with it tomorrow. I need to go home and shower and eat something. I'm really hungry. But I'm not beating on the car until after tomorrow. So I didn't realize that it wasn't a great idea to put a solid mount on the transmission, other than how loud it is. So I have poly mounts in the motor mounts, and from what I hear, it's like if you're going to do solid mounts on the tranny, you want to do solid mounts on the motor as well, and there's a risk of breaking the bell housing on the transmission and stuff. So I ordered an energy suspension poly mount that'll be here tomorrow, and I also ordered another set of drive shaft bolts, and I got the little swivel head 12.12. So, and I'm gonna use my
I'm gonna use my not brushless snap-on impact, because the brushless I have, that thing hammers so fucking hard. And I got a brushless one, which is like just about as strong, but it doesn't hammer that bad. So I'm gonna put them in with that and some red Loctite and all that. So after that, we'll take it back out, beat on a little bit, and get ready for Thursday. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll just be happy to get it back out there and drive it home. That's my goal. This is the part right here that nobody sees. Trying to get this shit done for tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow. But yeah, it's starting to come down out here. I'm starting to get wet. I'm probably gonna have to go inside because I'm not gonna get everything I need to get done. I'm changing this trans mount out. I'll talk about it when it's not raining. I forgot the lower bolts, but so this energy mount, it has this top plate. I don't think it's gonna fuck my pinion angle up too much, but it's like a good 1/8 of an inch higher. Oh shit, my ass is starting to get wet. All right, I gotta go inside. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I gotta go inside. Damn it. God damn it. Well, anyways, I can't really show you, but the top of the mount has like 2 humps on it. And it's called a preload plate. It was like, this is not a spacer. You need this. So I put it on there. It should be fine. My pinion angles were about damn near perfect before. So, I mean, it can be a few degrees off and it won't hurt it. But I don't know, maybe the diff got tweaked enough because it looks like it's pointing up a little more now. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's storming like a motherfucker. Damn it. Look at the rain rolling. Look at all that dirt. Well, that sucks. Well, yeah, and then I'll go in here and talk to you. Anyways, this is what I was saying. So, upper preload plate must be used. It's not a spacer. And my transmission mount isn't flat. It's opened in the areas that it's at. That's what it looks like right there. So I don't know. It does something, whatever it does. So I put it on there. Should be fine. That's the solid mount that I'm not going to use now because it was a bit aggressive. Then I got some, I got that little fancy, Jesus, tool for the drive shaft bolts. So that should be easier. I'm not going to use the brushless gun. I'm going to use my brushed gun. And that should work out a lot better. These bolts, I don't know, they were 10 bucks. It says class 12.9. That should be pretty decent, but they're kind of loose in the socket. Like, that's a lot of play. So I don't know, how does it compare to a stock bolt is the question. Huh, it's the same. I've never noticed it. Maybe that's why they round out so fucking easy. I don't know. Let's try this socket here. Oh, I think that's a little bit less play. It is. I don't know. Oh God, maybe because that socket's fucked. Well, that might be part of my problem right there. That socket doesn't look too good in there. This thing's seen better days. Old Pittsburgh, baby. All right, well, when I can go back outside, I'll do things. All right. I got longer bolts and I was gonna put washers in between here, but I feel like that's gonna fuck up the movement. I want this to be flat, and that isn't gonna make a fucking difference. It's not gonna fuck up the pinion angle or nothing. As far as these guys back here, I got 3 of them out. One of them don't want to come out, and the brand new ones with the special tool, which fits loose on there, they strip going on. It's like, but I red Loctited them. That one ain't fucking coming out. The other 3 got red Loctite on it. It'll be fine. So let's get this thing on the fucking ground finally. Night and day difference with that mount. And the shifter's not really moving. That's great. Can't hear shit. That's awesome. Well, it's been saying rain for a while. It's holding off, but it's probably gonna rain a little bit. I'm gonna go get gas and wash the car off, even though it's gonna rain. So I've been thrashing trying to get this ready for the cruise and the list race. We're gonna cruise 30 miles and go straight to the staging lane. today, and we're gonna take time off until it cools down because it's hot as balls out. Oh my god! And so it's in like high 90s right now. I can't remember exactly what the temperature is right now, but it's up there. So the track's still open though. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go there a little later because I don't run until the sun goes down and around like 8 o'clock. At least it starts to go down then, but it's just so hot out. But I'm still gonna go get some content, and I'm happy I'll get a little testing in beforehand. So let's get some gas, get this thing washed up. Everyone's sitting at the E-pumps and nobody's at their fucking car. Need that yellow gas. Well, at least she's back up and chopping again.